I'm responding to this more quickly than I normally would because last night I had a dream. And I had a dream that you were in. And it wasn't even like a dream where like I was running away from a dinosaur and I passed you on the way out like dismembered and was like, oh no, Dee's dead. Like you were like a main focus of my dream and it was kind of awesome because we hung out. I don't know why, but for some reason you came to San Francisco, right? You came to my dorm where I lived and you were like, I'm in San Francisco, and I was like, oh my god, what the hell are you doing in San Francisco? And you had some reason, but I don't remember what it was. Got on this cable car, but it was like really, really high off the ground. We went somewhere before we got in the cable car. I think we went to like a museum or something. I don't remember. I just remember the cable car being like, whoa, what the hell is this? Why is it so big? We were like holding on to it, and I was really scared of falling off of it because it was so far down. And the guy next to me was like an old guy, and he like fell backwards, and I like tried to grab to help him, and then he pulled me off, and then we landed on the ground, and he had like scraped knees or something, and I wasn't hurt at all. And I was like, oh, I don't know why I was so afraid of falling off. That wasn't scary at all. And then later, Whitney showed up from Texas, and she was like, I'm in San Francisco too. And we were like, oh my god, why is everyone in San Francisco? We were beginning to discuss making an episode of our show that we wanted to do since all three of us were together, and we were like deciding who Whitney was going to pretend to be as our special guest, and we were like gonna have our show, or at least make the first episode so everyone knew that it was supposed to be like us together, and we were like explaining what was going on and stuff. Needless to say, it was really cool. I feel like that dream was a definite this show should happen. In short, we definitely are friends now, because you were a major part of my dream last night. I kind of giggled really hard when you said that you thought that my shirt was like a Gryffindor hoodie. I do have a lot of Hufflepuff gear though. I don't think I brought any of it with me, but I have a tie that I've shown you before. I have a half-knitted scarf I was trying to make for myself of Hufflepuff colors. I have actually bought clothes just because they were yellow and black. Even though the colors are crappy, I have bought clothes just because they were yellow and black. Julia, last time I went, she was like signing whatever you wanted her to. I had her sign, I bought a CD there and I had her sign that, and I also had her sign my backpack. This time I was gonna give her the doll that I made, be like, here you go. And I was considering having her put tally marks under her name on my backpack where she signed it, since this will be the third time I've met her. But I will totally have her sign something and I'll mail it to you. I was thinking, I might be sneaky and put it inside of like a Geico envelope or something and mail it to you. Either that, or maybe I'll just like make a print of my face like on top of the envelope, just big and open for everyone to see, and I'll write, from Dee's pervert friend. Let me know like what you want her to sign. I do not get Christmas clothes. However, I guess I sort of do, because every year for like our whole life, my mom has this tradition thing where she buys us a new pair of pajamas and she gives them to us on Christmas Eve, so we sleep in them and wake up on Christmas Day in brand new pajamas. It's a really cute tradition. I think if I ever have younglings, which I probably won't, I'm gonna carry on that tradition because it's cool, and it's something that, like, I used to think it was stupid when I was younger because I was like, I don't want pajamas, I want a real present. But now that I'm older, I appreciate it as something, like, really sweet. And I love that you love mice and rats as pets, because, like, I love them also as pets, but so many people I know don't like them. Like, they think they're gross. But, I have had this friend, like, literally since I was born, and he used to have a pet rat, and it was so cute. It would, like, sit on their shoulder, and it would lick their cheek like a dog or something. Like, it was the cutest thing ever. And mice especially, like, they're so tiny and cute. I would love a pet mouse. My roommate and I were actually going to smuggle a mouse into our dorm room and keep it as a pet, but then this girl who lived on the floor below us, who had a hamster, got caught and found out that she had a hamster, and they released it into the city. So we don't want to do that to a mouse in case we get caught. So now we just have a fish, which we're allowed to have. And he's really cute. And I do understand the cages thing. What's the best thing is the cages that are like fun houses. You know, it'd be like, when I was a kid, I would have loved to live in the McDonald's little fun area. Like, that'd be awesome. And that's like what those little mouse houses are, right? Like the little ones. And you can get them like the little balls, and they can run around in them and go exploring. We were totally gonna have that for our mouse if we got one. We're gonna like get a shoelace or something and make him like a tiny harness and take him on walks and stuff. Like, it was gonna be the cutest pet mouse ever. We were gonna love him so much. And you can't take you can't take fish on walks, and that's something that I wish that I could do. I love that you're a warrior. I just said warrior, like huh, going to war, instead of worrier. Warrior, warrior. They're kind of the same word. Anyways, you being a warrior, it's really adorable because every group needs a warrior, right? I feel like I used to be a really big warrior. That was when I was less of a Gryffindor Hufflepuff hybrid. I used to be a warrior. I just kind of went along with my friends because I had a bunch of friends who were Gryffindors and things of the like. Now though, I'm totally down for adventures. When you first asked me what the color of the pencil was, I was like super excited because I was like, oh girl, you have no idea how easy this is for me. And you know, I was looking at it and I was like, oh, that's definitely, it's a base of a cobalt blue. Then it's been added with probably just a hint of either ultramarine green or blue, either would do, dulled down with some oranges, probably just a cadmium orange medium, then warmed up and brought to a little bit of a purpley tone with just a touch of cadmium red and just a touch of naphthol red as well. And then you asked me what the name of the color on the pencil was, and I was like, shit! After scouring the house for pencils, this was the closest I could find. And I know this is not the same colored pencil because yours had a purple tone and this is just blue. I am not positive because I left my box of Crayola colored pencils in San Francisco. However, I am going to guess that it is cornflower blue. If it is not cornflower blue, let me know and I will find out by my next video so as to not fail the challenge. Now a challenge for you. I have a play in front of me right now. I'm going to read you a line from the play. The scientific approach to the examination of phenomena is a defense against the pure emotion of fear. What's the name of the play? So I just remembered I have a whole costume box that I left here. I found this, and it's not just the head, oh no. It's a whole cow suit. It's far too small for me, but I can still squeeze into it. I think I'm going to incorporate this in the Lady Gaga video. Like a tutu on it or some shit. It's gonna be awesome. These two are in my costume thing. They're my Harry Potter glasses. This tape glows in the dark. Anyways, I decided to put these on because I have been considering, as of today, doing like the most nerdy thing ever. I don't know if you've ever played D&D or if you know what that is. If you don't, pause this and go look it up. The nerdiest thing ever that I'm going to do is I'm going to create my own like Dungeons and Dragons game, except for it's gonna be Harry Potter instead of Dungeons and Dragons. Like, you'll make a character and then you'll have to like roll dice to defeat things, and you'll start in your first year with a certain amount of experience points, and as you complete classes you'll earn more points, and as you complete things like outside of classes you'll earn more points and stuff like that. The way you play will be very similar to Dungeons and Dragons. However, I'm gonna make it far more individual to the characters, so you can make your character virtually anything you want. I'm gonna make it so that you can be like a centaur or a dwarf or a witch or wizard or all that kind of stuff. Personally, I think it's a little messed up that Hogwarts only accepts witches and wizards. However, there is a centaur and a dwarf and things like that teaching there. That's pretty messed up that they can have teachers like that, but they don't teach, you know what I'm saying. You can give your character, like, there's gonna be three of their best traits and 3 of their worst traits, so they have to have strengths and they have to have weaknesses. You can't be like, my character is perfect, but you can be like, you can give them a lot of perseverance, which will actually count, because in most games it's like, you're a better character based on how big you are, and not based on, like, how big your thirst for knowledge is. Like, Hermione was, like, the strongest teen character in Harry Potter, but not because she was big, because she cared a lot about learning, you know? And so there'll be things like that that you can use to make your character have its own strengths. You'll get extra things based on your character's personality as well as just its physical strengths and weaknesses. And I think that's going to be really awesome. If you have any suggestions for my nerd game, I would love to hear it. I'm going to start writing them down and like organizing it tomorrow and describing like different races and pros and cons of each one, things that will be innate to them that you could play off of for your character, stuff like that. It's gonna be incredible, I think, just saying.